For more than a decade, Chinese businesses have exerted influence in almost every sector in Zambia. However, some business owners say the Chinese investment comes at a great cost to local construction companies. Many now find it difficult to compete to the Chinese companies in bidding for construction contracts.
When the Chinese come in, they come in with everything. Once they win the tender, what they do is something else, it's different. So even the small contracts that we pray for to get, they're all being taken away by the Chinese. So it's kind of a challenge. It's kind of a hard competing with Chinese.
Some contractors say Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, which funds infrastructure construction in many developing countries, typically brings Chinese workers, leading to unemployment for Zambians.
You know, when you're into business, construction business, if you stay for a year without a job, it's not only you, the owner of the company, who's going to suffer. You've got other people who work for you. You know what I mean? How are you going to pay those people? How are you going to, because if you're not given a job, if Zambian contractors are not looked into, it means we're killing the Zambian contractors, because those people employ in Zambians, skilled and unskilled labor. You know what I mean?
However, the government says all its public construction projects are based on the public-private partnership or PPP model, which does not favor any foreign investor.
Those entities that have got money can come through to construct, and then through a PPP model be able to recoup their investment. That is where we can have local entities or contractors try to say that the government is excluding them. Quite to the contrary, they are not being excluded. It is a model that is in place that recognizes that the government presently, the government treasury, has got no sufficient funds to be able to support public sector construction projects that require government to fork out money into the sector.
The National Association for Medium and Small-Scale Contractors, which looks after the interests of contractors, says the coming of Chinese companies has led to the collapse of big Zambian construction companies.
Zambian companies have been wiped out by these Chinese companies because they are backed by their governments in the first place, and two, they have significant sources of cheap capital, so they can access money and equipment at concessional rates, while the Zambian companies are unable to access such facilities. This has over time wiped out the Zambian contractors.
Some analysts say although the Zambian economy could gain greater capital investment from Chinese investment, local companies will feel the pain of Chinese influence, especially in the construction sector. Daniel Tonga, VOA News, Lusaka.